Hi, it's Gareth here. Today I'm going to do something a bit different. This game is called Depression Quest, and it's about I think it's meant to draw awareness to living with depression. Now, I've had several friends with depression, and in a vaguely it just seemed like something worth trying. So I'm going to play through it, but I guess my only opening comment would be if you happen to be particularly sensitive or easily triggered, don't watch. Just don't. Just find something better to watch. So let's begin. It's early on a Monday morning. You are a mid-20s human being. You have a significant other named Alex, who you are rather fond of, that you have been seeing exclusively for the past few months. The rest of your social circle consists of a variety of friends and acquaintances, some of whom you met at your day job, which is a little boring but pays the rent. You'd like to be doing more with your life, as would your parents, but you're still in the process of figuring out what that means and how to go about it. You are also dealing with motivational issues that sometimes makes dealing with these things difficult. You feel like this is probably your fault, and on bad days can feel inwardly angry and down on yourself for being lazy. But you're not quite sure how you can break out of it, or how other people deal with these feelings and seem so very functional. The answer is they don't, really. You spend a lot of nights fixating on thinking about this, but never seem to do anything about it other than lose sleep. So let's find out about Alex. You met Alex through a mutual friend. You had a few initially awkward dates. Alex is 3 months younger than you are and is currently a student with a part-time job. You're worried you might be too boring. She seems pretty happy. Your relationship consists of watching Netflix and social outings. She tries to be understanding when you're in one of her moods, as she puts it, though you're starting to feel like she doesn't understand what it's like to be you. And this is a source of tension, coupled with your reluctance to want to go to college parties. So it's like a vicious circle of feeding your insecurities, I guess. Feel incredibly nervous trying to make friends. Bad habit of flaking on social engagement. Huh. So you feel guilty about not really having a particularly great social circle. A day job, which you feel is nothing special. You started out receiving minimum wage, but have stayed around long enough to be making enough to support yourself. The work is dull and unrewarding, and most days you feel like just about anyone could do it. You have a hard time relating to most of your co-workers, so you mostly keep to yourself and get the work done while you're there. Chat to a few people, but you wouldn't consider yourself close with them. A lot of days lately you have a really hard time getting out of bed and forcing yourself to go in. You're starting to wonder how long you can keep this up. You'd really like to find yourself another job, but feel like you're underqualified. Sometimes you think about going back to school, but you would be unsure how you would be... Sorry, I've got a really dry mouth. But you'd be unsure how you'd be able to support yourself and wonder if a degree would help anyway. I ain't even gonna look at the parents bit. It's an unseasonably warm Wednesday evening. A synth has started. You spent the past several hours at work. The past week or so, you found your job motivation flagging more so than usual. You've been in a fog practically all day today, simply going through the motions without realizing even what you've been doing half the time. And yet time seemed to be moving at half speed. You're so checked out that when your boss approaches you to tell you that it's dead and you can go home early, it barely registers. Right, okay. So the scenario is, we're walking home, the streets are hissing from recent rainfall. You briefly consider using solitude to catch up on that project. We can't do this because the scenario is, by the time you arrive home, change out of your uncomfortable work clothes, you're stressed, computer's staring at you, you feel exhausted, and you just want to hide in bed. And this is your current state of mind. So you're depressed, your interaction is exhausting you, you're becoming more and more withdrawn. You're not currently seeing a therapist, you're not taking any medication, so really you're not managing it. This is the scenario it was presented to you. Whether or not that's accurate, I couldn't tell you. Like, only someone with depression could say to me, yes, that is how it is, or nah, bollocks. So, what would I do if I was feeling like that rough? Probably that one. Just half hour. Sink into the couch, turn on the TV, check the clock and see that over 20 minutes. So that's not half an hour. Self-employed, imposed time limit. Just make a quick sandwich. Familiar waves of exhaustion start racking you and you feel simultaneously tired and panicked. You close your door and head. Notice the static seems to be getting worse the worse you feel in the scenario as well. That's pretty cool. If a little crazy. Still early yet. Christ, watching CSI and Jeopardy reruns would make you want... No, I mean, moving on. As long as I get to work in an hour, I'll have plenty of time to be productive. So... heading past your bedroom. The fridge pace couch. Woo! This is... Okay, you crawl into bed. When Alex calls to talk to you on the way home from class, you simply say that you had a really rough day at work and you're trying to rest up before your shift tomorrow. You sound slightly disappointed. Stress of potentially upsetting your partner compounds the stress of not having gotten anything else done this evening, and the stress of having to go into work tomorrow. Buzzing of anxiety in your brain melts together with your body's utter physical exhaustion, and you sink into a semi-hypnagogic anxious funk. Too tired to try and work, but too anxious to fall asleep for several hours. It's a mild Friday afternoon. Going by that time, though, it would be the evening. Alex calls you from one of her classes telling you that there's going to be a really awesome birthday party tonight at her apartment that one of her roommates is throwing. You've hung out with this roommate a few times with Alex, and you get along well enough that aren't particularly close. You don't have work in the morning, so you're feeling kind of run down, you're kind of fatigued most of the time. You mention that you're feeling ill because you're not sure how else to explain those feelings to someone else, and say that you aren't sure that you can make it tonight. There's a second of silence over your phone, but you can swear you hear the sounds of your partner's face fall. So that's a lot of assumptions being made, so it's like the mental... Anyway, just tries to convince you anyway. You haven't seen her this week, and she sounds pretty insistent that you come over. She even drops a few suggestively worded hints that you can stay over. What do? Do you know? We'll see what happens if you go. Pabst Blue Ribbon. It's a hipster party. We shouldn't have gone. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have sent this person there. That is the worst beer ever. You agree to go even though you're not really feeling social? Alex immediately lightens up when she sees you. Happy to see you. Young man taps her on the shoulder. She turns back to you. turns back to you to apologise and let you know that they have to do something for the party. Alex hands you a beer and plants a kiss on your cheek before going off to deal with whatever came up. As you look around, you don't see anyone else you recognise. See, that's hard because it's just cut out the options where it's like, yeah, get in there. So it's your options are awkwardly stand in the same spot, put your bag in your girlfriend's room and avoid the crowd, cling to the back wall, sip your beer and wait for your girlfriend, proceed to drink in earnest, hoping it makes you feel less uncomfortable. We're clinging to the back wall. We found a... Well, that seemed to be good, because you waited for her, yeah? You played Bejeweled Blitz, which might not have been the finest choice of video game. I'd have suggested Angry Birds, it's much more amusing, but okay. You protected your back, which is what I would do in any given situation. I don't think you should leave an exposed back in a room you're unfamiliar with strangers. That's a wise decision. So you... hang out with your girlfriend. At the end of the night, you with your girlfriend. She thought you were going to flake out. All lovey-dovey. Next, let's see what happens. Your mother comes over to inspect you. Everyone's mother does that. They're all like, are you on drugs? You smell like alcohol. Gareth, stop taking cocaine. I don't take cocaine. My mother doesn't accuse me of taking drugs. Well, she did once, but shh. I love my mother and my mother loves me. There are no issues there. Not sure what she means. Asking you having problems at work or with Alex. Increasingly battered, so you're a bit like overwhelmed by the questions. So you wish you could tell your mother that you're feeling drained and you're not really here all the time and you're increasingly uncomfortable, blah, 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 blah. This is really grim. So you can't even tell her. Man up. So you try and his mum's a dick. Look at that. Before you try and talk, she's all like, why can't you just be happy? Look, an attitude like that won't get you anywhere. Chin up, Chuck. Get a job. She's not angry or spiteful. I think she's just trying to be helpful. But obviously it's not helping. I've just made the worst decision for this person. See you on Sunday. How do you feel about cats? Sam. Sod the cat. So taking the last kitten. Yeah, let's become a cat owner and hopefully we won't neglect it. Ooh. Okay, so we got the kitten. Hear a knock at your door? Why would you do an evening of hard Wikipedia? You take possession of a small, terrified black and white kitten, and she might not have been terrified. Oh. Okay, so we got the kitten. It's quite cheerful. Quitting time! A bright, clear day. Just before the end of the mutual friends heading out to a pub for dinner. Tentatively tell her that you're emotionally exhausted from a work week and a social outing like that would just take too much out of you today. Encourage her to go and have a good... What? The effort feels futile. What? Oh. TV sitting comfortable, almost. Sit in silence, watching Netflix. Welcome to my world. See, now, what happens if you really, like, withdrawing? You'd probably just straight up ask if someone's happy, but then you wouldn't want to say anything because you're withdrawing. Oh! Oh, let's say don't say anything. Deeply depressed. What? Why is it just not? Why is it getting worse and worse all the time? There's just no way out. Even some depression, there's like, sometimes you do things that are just like, oh yeah, maybe this is okay. Like even, you know. Unspoken, unresolved issue in your relationship. So it's like the whole self-con... Oh, that's good to talk to an old friend. All of this seems very contrived. Obviously, it's created by someone else, but it sounds like second-hand. Never mind. Who knows? I like this section here, an interactive non-fiction, but it's fiction. So is it based on like specific scenarios in someone's actual life where they've been suffering with depression and they've taken these snapshots to make, stitched together to make this game? Like, I don't know who these three people are at all. But this is quite an experience. It's your turn to brief them on your activities. You feel anxious and ashamed and give a very abbreviated version. Oh. See, I have that problem, but that's not because of depression, that's my meds. I'm all like, woo! Oh, yes, you always tell your old friend. Ah, no, this might be a turn of events. See, it's not an easy thing being the friend who just happens to be there when it all comes out. But I mean, it's better that someone's there than nobody, you know? Because too many people have nobody around. Frequently, you'll find there's always someone to talk to. It's just whether or not you want to talk to them. Sunny Monday. Brother Malcolm. Dental appointment. Appointment takes a little longer than expected because your dentist tells you that you started grinding your teeth to a worrying degree. Not surprising given the situation. Deeply depressed. Oh. Finish up as quickly as possible and leave the building to scan the carpet. Blue Camaro. Pretty sure that's spelled wrong. Thought Camaro was A and then 2 R's. Never mind. He's recently obtained at work. Starts telling you about how much more money he's making. Starting to look at houses with his hot wife. That's what I should say. Blah blah. Night guard in your hand. Ooh. Oh, what? Don't throw it out. You need your teeth. It's just a harsh comparison there with his own brother. That's just grim. It's from Amanda, and you remember your meeting in the cafe. Subject is, hey buddy, hey, sorry it's been a few weeks. I meant to get this to you sooner, but it took a while for me to get hold of my folks back home. Dad told me to say hi, by the way. Anyway, I remembered what we talked about last time. Oh, the number for a Fairvest. I must have done something horribly wrong earlier on in this experience. Because I'm not really calling it a game. I mean, it's like a text thing, but it is less of a game than an experience, because it's more like sort of putting you in the mindset. To an extent. I mean, you can only really understand if you have it. And I don't pretend to. I mean, I'm going through like a long-term period of illness at the moment, but that's not the same. I mean, it's shit, but it's not like mental illness, you know? Thought of picking up the phone, so we slept on it. Oh, you got a call, man. Like, at this point, deeply depressed, no medication, no therapist, call. I want this person to call. I just want them to. It's like... reading through again. Woo! Made an appointment. Do it. Go to the appointment. See what they say. Damn it, man. Find out what the help you can get. It's one of those things. If you start something, you at least finish it. I thought someone was in the room with me, man. The hardest part seems to take the first step. Waking up before your alarm. See, looking on this scenario from an outsider's point of view, heading into work might not be the best idea if you're like in that frame of mind. However, if you do head into work, you might find occupying yourself just keeps you going. So I don't know. We'll head into work. See what happens. No, 5 minutes late. No, you make the entire day. Utterly exhausted, but you stick it out and go home. "2 a.m. on a Sunday." What? So you just can't sleep because you've got monkey mind, which is where you can't settle down. That's so messed up. What do? Force yourself to sleep, go to bed. It shouldn't be that hard. That's like thought after thought. Just close your eyes, snap out of it. Probably going to work and tomorrow fuck everything up and get fired. It's like the thought process and then stay out of bed. I guess that's true. Shouldn't be ashamed of it. I mean, doesn't matter if an illness is invisible Or if you're missing an arm, whatever. It's something that you should be able to get help with. You shouldn't feel ashamed of the way you feel. Especially if it's not something that you can necessarily control. So you fall asleep in the end. I'm gonna go with the most positive thing I can, which is reaching out. Noisy head. Oh, well, I'm gonna be remembering this synth whooshes all night. I think it's about time you tell your girlfriend, like. Ah, so you have a chat? Oh. See, that's probably the most positive thing that's happened so far. Nondescript Wednesday. That's pretty much every Wednesday. Back to Dr. Melville's office. We'll do both. We'll do it. Just do everything. What Wednesday at the parents' house? I had to have that conversation with my parents recently. Just, don't know what I want to do. Funny thing, career changes. I do find it funny though that, actually this raises a fair point, that sometimes it's very rare actually for someone just to find their direction in life very early. Very rare indeed. Usually you get trapped in it. Whoa! Hello. You go to Alex's place. Lights are very low. You bang your shin, and then she comes out in a robe. Oh, there is no way my man is just not. Oh. That's nice though that they're able to be close rather than getting it all being about like the other thing. Actually, that's something people forget. Just being close to another person is sometimes enough. God damn it, look for another job. Oh, sick of him complaining about it. Just look. No, not even Craigslist. No, why Craigslist? Who looks for a job on something like Craigslist? That's like typing into Facebook, oh, I'd like a new job, please. Oh, never mind. Look, that's just me ranting on a completely different tangent and ruining the mood. This was meant to be about depression and how it's bad and people need to get help, and now I've turned it into don't fucking look for a job on Craigslist, you bellends. Woohoo! He's emailed resumes. I would totally answer the friendo. Oh, that's grim. I knew. That's cool that it just, you help someone. It's not like it's sort of drag. Oh, what's the situation? Moderately depressed. Oh, we brought it back a bit. Oh, yes. It's probably best. Yeah, just not to. Like that would be like me going, hey, I haven't had a seizure for a while, I'll come off my meds, and then end up in A&E. So the same thing for very different reasons. Right, well the side effects of coming off any medication that suddenly will do horrendous things to your mind. So still insecurity about a relationship. Stuck in your own head. She told you she could tell you're in one of your moods. That's not necessarily a helpful way of putting it though. You want to tell her how much you love her. You couldn't make the words come out. I'll just tell her. It might be a bad idea, but sometimes it's better just to... Oh, that's adorable, but not everyone's that understanding. How? Friday night, being antisocial, so you decline your co-workers, feel like a total creep with social outings, so you don't want to be on your own alone. I would see if this attic fella is online. Oh, here we go. Oh, excuse me. Things are getting better. Whatever you're doing seems to be working. Positive change in your life. Oh. Oh, she wants to move in. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's probably a better idea. I mean, everyone should have that conversation. You don't just go, yay, I want to move in. You just go, you sure? I mean, yeah, but really? Reassure the yes bit. That's important. Make that bit clear. No, fair dues. This is go about wife Karen. Everybody's comfortable. Family time. Booming laugh. Oh! Oh, here we go. Let's see what he says to his mom. What happens? Oh. Oh, hold on. You've never really thought of yourself as a fighter, and even to say it now sounds hokey. But looking back on the past few months to where you are now, it really does feel like you've endured an immense struggle, and you look at where you are now with a sense of something that isn't quite pride. You still hate your job and find it unpleasant, but you're surprised to find that going into work every day is no longer a monumental challenge. You've started adopting some clever techniques, like taking two-minute breaks every hour to break up the monotony, and you now view your job as just 8 short hours of your day. A compartmentalization technique Dr. Melville told you about that you found actually works quite well. Do you know I do that? You know this job isn't what you want to do for the rest of your life, and you've started actively looking for other positions, even attending a couple of preliminary interviews. You started making an effort to go out with your friends more, and their improvements in those relationships. You've improved, well, you're building a life with Alex. That's getting better. Talking about things, communication, building them bridges. Dr. Melville has commented on how well you seem to be doing, and whether as a result of the therapy, the medication, or both, you can't help but agree. Though it seems to have improved recently, it's sometimes difficult for you to think about the fact that you still have bad days, sometimes really bad days. It serves as a stark reminder of the fact that this will be something you will likely have to deal with for the rest of your life. Depression is a battle. I hate the militaristic terminology of things like this. Anyway, moving on. That's me grumbling. Sorry. Stick to reading the thing. And though you're certainly ahead in the fight, you know the battle isn't ever going to be over. Sometimes even Alex can tell when things are going rough, despite your best efforts to the contrary. While you know that your depression can never be cured, you have a very strong support network in your friends, and even Malcolm, your dickhole of a brother. No, and armed with a newfound confidence in your friends and family, you accept that though the road may be rocky, it is at the very least not solitary. You meet your mother's gaze from across the table and muster up a smile. "I'm good, Mom," you tell her. She says nothing, but you can feel her smile across the room. Really, though, you should look up and see if she's smiling with your eyes. Let's see the epilogue. We really want to thank you for taking the time to play Depression Quest. We realise it may not be the most enjoyable game you've ever played, or even the easiest, and we sincerely appreciate your involvement. Like depression itself, Depression Quest does not have an end, really. There is no neat resolution to depression. It was important to us that Depression Quest's own resolution reflects that. Instead of a tidy ending, we want to just provide a series of outlooks to take moving forward. After all, that's all we can really do with depression, just keep moving forward. And at the end of the day, it's our outlook and support from people just like you that makes all the difference in the world. Thanks again. And on that note, I'll say, well, if you did watch this, thanks for watching. And going along with it with me. I know I'm not always the most sensitive type, and I word things terribly. But, no, this has been something very different. You can tell there was a lot of thought gone into this. And I'll be trying to find more games like this, which are like telling a story, really, storytelling. But this is a subject which is quite close to me. It's close to everyone. I mean, for anyone to be like, yeah, I've never encountered depression in my life, I think that's bullshit. Anyway, so there is help out there, and I hope those people who need it get it, or talk to someone or something. Just do it, because you can. So yeah, take it easy. I'm out.